Okay, we are about to witness the fight of a century between Donald J. Trump and Elon Musk. So, the strongest man in the world against the richest man in the world. This fight is going to be ugly and it's going to be big. So, Musk says Trump appears in Epstein files as row between them explode live on television.
But first, I just want to bring you details of a very public spat that's just turned nasty. Donald Trump once described Elon Musk as his first buddy. So why has the billionaire made unsubstantiated claims that the US president appears in files relating to paedophile Jeffrey Epstein?
Because he knows.
There's been a lot going on in the past hour, and we've approached the White House for comment. Let's just try to start from the beginning. This is what Donald Trump said in the Oval Office this afternoon. Have a listen.
He knew every aspect of this bill. He knew it better than almost anybody. And he never had a problem until right after he left. And if you saw the statements he made about me, which I'm sure you can get very easily, it's very fresh on tape, he said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
You've helped Elon
That was
a lot.
Donald Trump this afternoon. Let's bring in our US correspondent, Mark Stone. I mean, Mark,
This fight is going
these
to be
statements,
ugly.
these tweets, or on Truth
This
Social
fight
and
is going
X,
to
have just
be
been
ugly.
quite something in the last hour or so.
This fight is going to be ugly.
Yeah, this is utterly extraordinary. The wheels have firmly come off this relationship. We've all been wondering when it would happen,
was
but I don't
bound
think
to
anyone
happen.
expected it to
Everybody
spiral
knew it
quite
was bound
so
to happen.
quickly. Yeah, let's try and break it down for you. So it was last week on Friday that the two appeared with a very fond farewell, so it seemed, in the Oval Office. Elon Musk had come to the end of his 130 days serving in the White House, and he was saying goodbye. It all looked pretty good. But as soon as he left office, he started to complain about Donald Trump's so-called big, beautiful
47
bill.
minutes
This is
ago.
a spending bill that Donald
There's so
Trump
much
is
to
trying to
watch.
push
Musk
through
alleges that
Congress.
Trump is in
It
Epstein
would,
file.
says Elon
There's
Musk,
just
raise
so
the
much to
government
watch.
and the country's debt massively.
There is just so many headlines. You don't know which one to even pick. Let me see this one. What did he say?
Elon Musk just tweeted yes and amplified or retweeted a post that says, President versus Elon, who wins? My money's on Elon. Trump should be impeached and J.D. Vance should replace him. He also retweets his original post saying Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is a real reason.
Oh my. Now is the time for J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance was waiting for this time. This is a time for J.D. Vance to sneak in there like the most disgusting backstabber that he can ever be. This is the time. I said it all along that J.D. Vance will end up being the president of the United States. And the ball has been set. Elon Musk, all he needs to do is phone J.D. Vance and say, I'm backing you. You can be a two-time president. He has his advantage. J.D. Vance, this is your time. This is your Trump and Musk go for jugular. Oh my God, there is just so much juicy news. Musk claimed Trump is in Epstein files. Now the conspiracy starts.
Welcome to Meet the Press Now. I'm Kristen Welker in
Now
New
the
York, and we
conspiracy
begin
starts.
with the fire hose of news coming out of the White House right now. Tensions between President Trump and Elon Musk have now exploded and are playing out in a very public way. It comes after the president today held a wide-ranging Oval Office appearance alongside the German chancellor, where he addressed a number of
I
issues,
need a second
including
mic.
his sweeping new travel
Because
ban,
there's going to
his
be a
new
mic drop.
investigation into former President
There's
Biden
going to be
and
a
his
mic
aides,
drop.
and his recent calls with the leaders of China and Russia. But it's President Trump commenting for the very first time about Elon Musk's efforts to tank his mega bill in Congress that is driving the news right now, with President Trump suggesting Mr. Musk, who just left his administration less than a week ago, has now become hostile.
Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and which was a lot of money for electric vehicles, and they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. Look, Elon and I had a great relationship.
Did you?
I don't know if we're well anymore. He believed my administration, and they love us. And then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it.
As President Trump was speaking in the Oval Office, Elon Musk was responding in real time.
Keep the EV and solar incentive cuts in the bill, even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched. Very unfair. But ditch the mountain or disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there has never been legislation that both big and beautiful. Everyone knows this. Either you get a big and ugly bill, or you get a slim and beautiful bill. Slim and beautiful is the way. That is also a dig on Donald Trump. Come on.
Posting on X, quote, whatever, as the president spoke about Musk's criticisms and questioned his motives. Musk also pushed back on the president's claims that he knew what was in the bill and even floated the idea of creating a new political party. Musk has been repeatedly posting on social media about the president all afternoon. President Trump then escalated things even further, writing on his social media platform, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. NBC News Chief Justice and National Affairs correspondent Kelly O'Donnell is at the White House, and NBC News senior national political reporter Sahil Kapoor is on Capitol Hill. Kelly, let me start with you and that
closing bell. Let's look at it because it's sounding on Wall Street. Stocks sinking, shares of Tesla specifically losing more than 14%. Tesla stock falling after CEO Elon Musk entered in what looks to be the beginning, perhaps, of a bitter feud with the President of the United States. Of course, once close allies, now in a dramatic public fallout. Elon Musk dishing out attacks on President Trump and his mega bill, saying that without him, Trump would have lost the election, calling his spending bill an abomination.
Everybody knows that without Elon Musk, Trump would have lost the election. Everybody knows that. Trump is there because of Elon Musk. So Trump had to do what Elon Musk wanted. Now that they have gone their separate ways, what happens now?
Trump responding from the Oval Office, saying he's disappointed in Musk's comments since leaving the White House.
Look, Elon and I had a great relationship. I don't know if we're well anymore, but I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill.
Let's remember Trump is all about loyalty. You should be loyal to Trump till you die. You should never be on Trump's side and try to even use your brain to think about what he's doing. All you need to do is just say yes, 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 King Donald, yes, King Donald. Once you start asking questions, then it is the problem.
Better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars, and it really is unfair.
You can see the Chancellor of Germany is looking at the man like, this moron. How can this moron become president of the United States?
Well, Musk reacting in a post on X saying this bill was never shown to me, not even once, and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it. So for more on the fallout now between two of the most influential men in the country and the future of Trump's bill, I want to bring in ABC's Perry Russell along with ABC News executive editorial.
Oh boy, Peter. I guess if you had on your bingo card that, what is today, June 4th, June 5th would be the day that the relationship fell apart, you'd be winning. But at the same time, Elon Musk is a guy with very deep pockets. He's a guy that has a very, very loud voice on a platform that he owns. It's not so easy to break ranks with somebody like that.
Yeah, exactly. I had August in the pool, honestly, so I guess I was overly optimistic on how long it would last. That's how long Steve Bannon lasted in the first term. But you're right. There's a difference between Elon Musk and Steve Bannon, for instance. Elon Musk brings an awful lot to the table in terms of financial support for Trump and his team. He gave him something effective, almost $300 million in last year's election. Pledged another $100 million that I think he hasn't delivered yet to the Republican effort in the coming midterms. That's a really important person in Trump's world. And so he's not eager necessarily to have a complete break with him. And I think it is interesting that he went as far as he did today, and Musk is pushing back as sharply as he did. Doesn't mean it'll last. Like we've seen with Trump before, a lot of people, get on his bad side at some point, and then he ends up reconciling with them in some way or another. But this is a really important moment in the early months of this administration.
Yeah, but it got kind of personal in moments there, Peter. I mean, he was talking about Elon Musk's black eye, which was, I agree with the president, interesting. But the fact that he brought it up and he called it interesting, I mean, that felt like a personal dig at Elon Musk. And also to say that Elon Musk only cares about EV subsidies, it's going at not just his distaste for the bill, but going after.
Does he know anything about the black eye? Does Donald Trump know anything about the black eye? When Donald Trump says the black eye interesting, that means there's a story behind that. We need to know that story. What happened? What caused that black eye? The story that Elon Musk gave was that he was playing with his son and his son punched him in the eye. But does that story really hold? Trump, do you know anything?
His motivation and his reputation. There's something.
I told you guys that American politics is awesome. I think I should just focus on American politics on this my platform, because there is always something. Every day there is something new that makes people to either laugh, open their mouth, open their eyes, or even cry. Seriously.
That feels a bit different about this.
Yeah, you're right. It is personal. I think it reflects not just what's happened in the last few hours, but what's happened over the last 4 months. There's a certain, shelf life with Trump, with anybody around him who sits in the shadow of the spotlight he wants to occupy, right? And so I think this reflects a certain frustration that had been growing with Elon Musk over these last 4 months. They would have figured some way for him to stick around if everything was going really well. They didn't. He left. And so I think, it reflects something larger than just today. Now, again, remember, Trump does like to get personal. I mean, he has a Secretary of State he insulted in many, many ways not that long ago.
I hear you, and I think you're totally right about that. I'm going to interrupt, so forgive me. Forgive me this once. You're right. He's gone after Marco Rubio. He's gone after Ted Cruz. He's gone after Lindsey Graham. He gave his phone number to an audience. I was in that audience. And all these people have lined up behind Donald Trump, but they are nowhere near as influential or as rich as Donald Trump. They don't have the platform that Donald Trump has. No. Elon Musk is very rich, and he has a platform. He's also uniquely mercurial, Peter. I mean, this is a guy that was a Democrat all of his life, only voted for Democrats, or at least while he was here, was a big proponent, a big fan of President Obama, turned away from the Democratic Party, not because he was suddenly enamored with Donald Trump, but because Joe Biden didn't invite him to an EV summit. Obviously, there was stuff going on there. There was some controversial stuff with Elon bubbling. But, I mean, the real turn happened when he felt slighted. So I wonder if it's easy to say that
so it was personal.
I mean, maybe they will patch things up and everything will be fine tomorrow. But it feels like a dangerous risk to take.
Yeah, and I don't want to say that it will be patched up. I'm just saying that we don't know. But you're right. I think that's right. Elon Musk is different than Ted Cruz or Lindsey Graham or Marco Rubio. They're professional politicians who've learned the skill of ingratiating yourself to people in power in order to maintain your viability within the system, right? Elon Musk is not a political guy. And you're right. He's kind of an erratic person. He's somebody who's fathering children with multiple women because he thinks the planet needs more of his offspring. He thinks, we ought to be moving the
but we all know it was going to happen. Even though Trump gave him this key to the White House the other day, even though Elon Musk was standing, I now understand why Elon Musk was making all the faces. It's because the anger was boiling. We know this guy. We think he's a robot. We think he's an alien. So I now understand all those faces. But everybody knew that this relationship was not going to last. It's lasted half of a year, 6 months. But how long is this feud going to, to what extent are they going to exchange those punches, and how is it going to affect the American government? How is this going to affect Trump's administration? I don't know if it's really going to do anything, but we keep watching, we keep enjoying. As I said it, American politics is awesome. Follow it because it gives you good times. Anyway, we're gonna keep watching and see what happens. What is going to happen with the bill? Are they going to reconcile, or is Elon Musk going to go back to where he belonged, the Democrat Party? Is he going to? And next, I will see what Joe Rogan is going to say, or what the PBD platform podcast are going to say, Patrick Bet David. I will see what those guys are going to say with the crazy, what's his name? Vinny. What are they going to say? Anyway, I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be enjoying. I watch this every day. And this platform, it belongs to Donald J. Trump now. Trump, you own me. If you need any black man, beautiful black man, big beautiful black man, I'm here. Own me.